Okay. I am live for the first time on this channel. That's right. I am doing a reaction. I'm watching this soccer or football matchup, the UEFA Champions League final between Paris Saint-Germain versus Inter Milan. I'm doing this because I can't talk. Someone requested me to do this, named D Rose. All right, so hello, you guys can see me now. So I'm watching it now. It just started 3 minutes ago, so I didn't really miss much. The game is on CBS Sports, not CBS Sports Network, regular CBS. All right. So, yeah, someone wanted me to do this, and I'm gonna see if anyone tunes in. I'm gonna see if anyone's gonna tune in to this live stream on the Keith Sports News KSN. I figured after doing 45 episodes in over 5 months, let's try this out. Let's try to do a live stream reaction of the UEFA Champions League final. I've never seen this before. This is my first time watching this because someone requested me to do so. So I'm going to do it for him. And I've never talked about soccer. I never talked about soccer on this channel because I'm not a fan of soccer. I am not a soccer fan. The only time I really watch it is the Olympics and the World Cup. Last year we had the Summer Olympics. Next year is the World Cup. So, yeah. I know it's super popular. I know soccer is like the most popular sport on the planet Earth. So, yeah. Hey, Five Tear, you the MVP of KSN. How are you doing? Yep. First time I am doing a live stream on this channel. Me watching this soccer final. A request by D Rose. So I don't know if D Rose is gonna tune in or not. I might have to send him a message so that he knows that I'm live. You're doing great. Was not expecting the stream to be here. Yeah, I know, right? What a surprise. What the heck? Okay. I have to find his username. Yep. Eric Super Magnificent did a live stream reaction of him watching the Super Bowl, the second half. So I guess now it's Keith Sports News' turn. Alright, I'm trying to find his username. I have the game on my TV. It's in front of me. I know the game. It's on mute. I guess I'll unmute it in a little bit. So the teams are Paris Saint-Germain versus Inter Milan. Oh, D Rose is here. How you doing? You had bad Wi-Fi? Oh, that's unfortunate. You gotta have Wi-Fi for live streaming and, watching stuff on your TV. Five Terry says you got the match on your TV as you should. Awesome. So we'll see how this goes. The last time I watched a football or soccer match was the Olympics last year. So it has been quite some time. Okay. Well, I'm glad the stream is working. Let's hope it stays like that. Okay, I found D Rose's username. And D Rose, your profile picture, isn't that like one of the football's logos? I always forget what it is. You're going to be right back to fix it? Alright. Yep, the first live stream on this channel. Wow, we got 3 people watching. Oh boy. So the game started about 9 minutes ago. The one great thing about watching a soccer / football match is that there are no commercials. Yeah, I know that the clock keeps ticking up no matter what happens. And then you'll have commercials at halftime. I know that they play 45 minutes in 2 halves. Okay? And, you got that additional time once the 45 minutes. Okay? I never understood that. Why is the clock ticking up? And why doesn't the clock stop when you have a penalty or something like that? Hey. It is what it is, I'm not saying that they should change it just so I can like it. Like they do with the MLB Baseball League. They made all those changes 2 years ago that I don't really like. But hey, no commercials. Just like the Formula One Grand Prix. If you watch that, no commercials as well. And I watched last week's Monaco Grand Prix. And I was entertained from start to finish. So I guess I'll see if I'll be entertained in this matchup. You fixed it? That's great. Alright, so who do I want? Which team do I want to win? I guess Paris Saint-Germain, because isn't that in France? Paris is in France, right? I would like to go to France in real life. And for many years, I used to take French classes. Oh, we got a goal. Did they just score a goal? They did. Wow. An early goal. 11 minutes into the game. I saw that. Good thing I saw that. I catch that with my own eyes. That was Paris. Okay. Now I know which which team is which. Okay. Are they the favorite to win, D Rose? What do you think? Where is this game at? Is this at a neutral stadium? I know it's nighttime there. I know they're in Europe somewhere. They got a big crowd, that's for sure. They're in Germany. Wow. Oh, I remember when Germany won the World Cup back in 2014. They were really good. I also remember that one game. What was it, like the semifinals where they crushed Brazil? The World Cup was in Brazil that year. Everything just went wrong for Team Brazil that game. Heineken's the sponsor. Alright, stream's going well, so that's great. I put your @ username, D Rose, just so that people know that you requested this. It's a good thing you remember this channel. Alright, I guess I'll unmute the TV. So yeah, obviously I can't show picture because that's copyrighted. I'm pretty sure they are heavily strict on that, but I guess I can play sound. Hopefully that won't be too strict as well. Unfortunately, WWE is very strict on that, even if you just play sound. Yeah. Like, they'll block your stream or your reaction video if you're just playing the sound. Like, come on. That's just dumb. Alright. I just unmuted the TV. Wow, those are some giant flags the fans have. So I got the chat on my PC, my laptop. Yes, I'm using the laptop, which I usually do for my KSN episodes. Who knows, maybe I'll do some more throughout the year. Oh, my phone needs to be charged. It's at 15%. My phone always goes low really fast, but luckily my phone charges really fast as well. But I'm not really on my phone much anyways. I'm more on my laptop when I'm at home. Will I stream later? Oh, like later tonight? I think Eric Super Magnificent will. My clone! So do you think Paris is going to win, D Rose? I hope they do. Oh, I got to message my former French teacher if he's watching this game. Let me message him right now. Jeez, I wonder how many people are in the stands. I'm sure it's a lot. It's foggy. Yeah, it does look like it is foggy. Huh. At night. That's interesting. Nope. Player down from Paris Saint-Germain. Stadium is foggy. Oops. Dude, I'm trying to... It's hard to take a still picture. It's hard to take a still picture. There. PS5 sponsored? Oh, man. Where's T-Bone? Oh, where does he live? He lives in St. Louis. That's part of his username. At Lay's. Another sponsor. They have a lot of sponsors. Another goal? Two goals in 20 minutes. Wow. Yes, wow indeed. Oh, wow. It's a lot of running, too. It's a big field. Ooh. What? That's crazy. Oh my gosh, what the heck? There's like pyro and smoke and behind the goal net. Dang, you can still see all that smoke. Now the stadium looks more foggy. It looks more foggy. There's fire. Some fans light pyros. Why is there so much pyro? I guess that's what they do whenever someone scores a goal. That's why it's foggy, because it's smoky. Yeah. If that happened in the Super Bowl, the game would have been canceled. Or only the halftime show, basically. Yep. I check I checked to see if I have any if I somehow have a soccer shirt, but I don't. Well, I actually used to have one, but it's too small for me to wear. So instead, I'm just wearing this white polo shirt. I used to like I used to kick a soccer ball when I was a kid. A lot of people in the old days, they grew up playing outdoor sports. Because back in the old days, there weren't any crazy technology, electronic devices that we have now, you know. So, if PSG wins, will I be a fan? I don't know. We'll have to see. Still a long ways to go. 5 tiers says the crowd and atmosphere of these games are always awesome. Yeah, for real. Especially the European crowd. That's for sure. Oops. You have no work today? That's good, D-Rose. So what time is it there? I assume it's like after 8 o'clock. Germany. That's where they're at. Man, how many people are there in the stands? That's a lot of people. Sold out. The dog is here with you. The game is considered bigger than the Super Bowl. I can tell. I can tell that it is. Look at the size of those flags. Those are some giant flags behind the goalie's net. It's nearly 9:30 p.m. over there. Why is the game on late? The game's on late tonight over there. I guess it's because it's a Saturday night. Mm. I mean, who wants to wait until 9 o'clock at night? You know? It still looks foggy a little bit. Again, look at those flags. Those are some giant flags that the fans have. Jeez. I know which dog you're talking about. I do? I do? Huh? I don't remember, I don't know. The dog with the cat poo. Ew, what the heck? Oh my gosh. Those giant flags over there. I can't stop looking at them. I always wondered, why does the goalie wear a different uniform than the other players? I guess just so we know that he's the goalie, I guess. You like the flags, don't you? Yeah. I mean, I normally don't see giant flags like that in the stands. Man, it must be hot there too. It's probably even hotter because of all the pyro. Yep. What? Yeah, another question. Why do the referees dress up like the players? That's also I also find that weird. I guess they have to because of all that running that they do. Refs and goalies have to wear different colors. Oh yeah, I understand that part. Just so we know that who they are. They always got those. Are those? I assume those are long socks that they're wearing, right? Long socks for shin pads to fit. Oh. Wait, don't rugby players dress up like soccer players as well? Because I've seen some rugby before. That's also really popular. That is a rough sport. Rugby is rough. What's the time for me on the game? You got 32 minutes? Yeah, for me it's 32:27 as I speak. So we are both live. We are both on live. Yep. Mine is 10 seconds ahead of your TV, really? What channel am I watching it on? I'm watching it on CBS. I think he said it's also on Paramount Plus. I have it on YouTube TV. I have YouTube TV, so 5 Tear says, yeah, I paused the stream a little bit to sync it up with your TV. Oh, that's good. So that it matches the audio. Yeah. The picture. Yeah. The thing is, the stream is usually like a slight delay, like 5 seconds. But other than that, it's all good. So far, everything's working well. You have the game on Paramount Plus. Okay, I've never used Paramount Plus. I know it's part of CBS. Like Peacock is part of NBC. Again, with those giant flags. Oh, man. Yeah, no commercials. That's the best part. Pepsi. Yeah, I'm Team Pepsi. Pepsi used to be the sponsor for the Super Bowl halftime show, but now I think it's Apple. Yeah. This crowd is loud, as they should be. Do they have this every year, D-Rose? This Champions League final? Did they have this in 2020, the COVID year, with no fans? That must have been really weird to watch. The dog is trying to eat your mom's ice cream. What? Yes, every year like the Super Bowl, even in COVID, but no fans. Okay. Alright, now I know. World Cup final and Olympics is every 4 years. Yeah, I do know that. Next year is the World Cup. Oh! Wow. I thought that was going to go in for a second, but nope. Oh. Well, he tried. Using their heads. Because they can't use their hands. Only the goalie can use his hands. Speaking of hands, there's an Olympic event called handball. I watched a little bit of that. I think handball was like one of the first Olympic events that they had on last year. Up. Yeah, at some point these players need a drink. Do they get timeouts like they do in the other football and basketball? Do they get timeouts? Well, I guess the answer is no, because the clock always ticks up. Plot twist, Inter comeback. They might come back. No. Okay. I figured the answer is no. They will add more time at the end to make up the time not played while the clock still runs. Yeah, additional time. I do know that part. But why can't they stop the clock whenever there's a penalty or a foul or out of bounds? I don't understand that. I guess rugby does the same thing. I think rugby rules are similar. And why does the clock tick up instead of ticking down, like in other sports leagues? Is that the coach in his white dress shirt? Different rules? Wait. Are you saying different soccer leagues have different rules, or I, I thought they would be all the same. We're at 40 minutes right now in the game. No, the sport. Right, I understand, but it's a different sport, but... See, because I'm not a soccer fan like you, so that's why I don't understand. Why does the clock tick up? Why doesn't the clock tick down? Why doesn't the clock stop whenever there's a penalty? I guess that's how they want it to be. See, if they were to do that, if they were to stop the clock, then that means they would probably have commercial breaks like they do in, basketball and the other football. All the football rules are the same. Okay, so do you know why is it like this? Do you know why is it like this? Oh, I think rugby is the same way, too. Just how it is. Well, I find that weird, in my opinion. But if they were to change that, hardcore soccer fans would not be happy. I wonder if this game is on Sirius XM radio. I don't know, it could be. If you follow my KSN episodes, sometimes I mention that I listen to a bunch of sports talk podcasts. By the way, if soccer is the most popular sport in the world, which it is, then I wonder why a lot of these sports talk podcasts that I would listen to don't talk about it. I guess it's because soccer is not that popular in the USA. I know it is in Europe. Rugby is popular in Australia. I know you have the Major League Soccer in the USA, but no one talks about it. Because it's the US. I guess USA is not that great. Well, their women's team is always great. The US women's national soccer team is always great. Not the men's team. Although I think the men's team was in the Olympics last year. I'm sure there's a football or soccer channel on here somewhere. That'd be weird if you listened to this game on the radio. Oh, it is on the radio. What? It really is. I'll show it to you. The USA women's team played against the men's team and lost? Wait, what? Why? Why did they play each other? When did that happen? This year? That's strange. Up, we're now at additional time. Another 2 minutes. So yeah, look. I have Sirius XM. It's on here. They really do have it on here. Yeah, I know my phone is at 5%. Oh, look, it focuses it. It focuses on it. See? I can listen to this game on the radio. What does it sound like? Is it the same announcers on TV?
Lose this fine. The way he has come out here and taken a grip of the biggest game in European club football at the age he is absolutely phenomenal.
Is in possession again.
I'm not sure if this is ahead of the TV broadcast or not.
Paris lead by 2-0. Dembele's pass infield to Vitinha, and Dembele content to slow the game to walking pace.
I'm gonna see if this is ahead of the TV broadcast or not.
This 2-goal advantage. Simone Inzaghi's got rid of his suit jacket on the near side touchline, and important half-time team talk coming up for him. Inter beaten finalists in 2023. Dembele's heavy touch in field, but Jean Neves is there to intercept the attempt of a pass from Di Marco. And in to go back to Marquinhos, and now Willian Pacho midway inside his own half.
I think the message from Inzaghi at half-time will be, you need to hang in there, but there will be chances for you to win that ball in midfield and break. They will come, but you have to be patient, and you have to keep your shape.
Kvaratskhelia taking on Dumfries. This is dangerous for Inter. Kvaratskhelia into the penalty area, cuts back onto his left side and takes a deflected shot, and that drifts just a couple of meters wide.
Okay, it sounds like the Sirius XM broadcast is behind the TV. I actually noticed that too, because the past couple of years I would listen to some baseball games on the radio on here on Sirius XM during the playoffs, because I like the announcers more than the TV announcers. Up now it's halftime. How long is halftime? Is it like 20 minutes? The UFL halftime is very short. Just like the NFL halftime, it's also short. Now you gotta have commercials. Yep, now it's showing commercials. I usually mute the commercials. Okay. Time for me to charge my phone. Good game so far. Let me do something real quick here. I'll be back in a second here. Well, I do hope Paris wins. So, we shall see. We shall see. Well, so far, it's going well, so that's good. I might do this again. I would like to do this again for the UFL championship game in 2 weeks from tonight. Yeah. Just so y'all know that I would like to do that. And I am technically a UFL fan, even though sometimes I criticize the schedule. For those of you that have been following the episodes, sometimes I would say, why this schedule just doesn't make sense, you know? Alright guys, I'm coming back here. If Paris wins tonight, they will win their 3rd trophy this season. What? Wow. That's amazing. They are that good. They are that good. Do more sports watch-alongs. Yeah, I think I will. So, why did the U.S. women's team play against the men's team? I never heard such a thing like that. Huh, that's weird. They have the Champions League and the CBS Sports logos on their microphone. Charity? Oh, I guess that makes sense. Was that on national TV? Well, maybe they should do that with every sport. Ha ha! That won't be right. The men's team would always win. Maybe. you can't really compare men's sports to women's sports. For a second, I thought that guy is a PK Subban on the NHL on ESPN. He kind of looks like him too, with those glasses and his hair. Actually, that charity match took place close from your home because they did it at a local park. What? I'm not going to lie, there's also a lot of more football, aka soccer matches going on right now. There's one MLS game taking place. Yeah, I do know I do know that they're having Major League Soccer. By the way, I was at a party a couple weeks ago and they had a MLS match on. It was Miami. Isn't uh isn't Lionel Messi still playing in Miami? So yeah, I saw that they had that game on. And there's a league in the USA and no one talks about it. I meant, the sports talk podcasts that I would listen to. None of them talk about it. But I'm sure there's a MLS or a football or soccer radio channel that they do talk about it. Messi on Inter Miami. What does the Inter stand for? I don't understand that either. Why do they call it Inter? What does that part stand for? It's the Inter Miami Dolphins. Oh, my former French teacher messaged me. I want to see what he said. he said PSG is going to win. Wow, he's happy that I am watching it. He said, Mon ami, yes, PSG is going to win. Okay. Let's hope they win after that. Inter equals international. Oh, okay. Because they're all international players. Isn't there MLS teams in Canada? I think Toronto and Montreal have a team up there. By the way, there's a big match of soccer tonight at 9:30 p.m. Wow, look at that stadium. Look at the shape of it, all lit up. I'm going to call it soccer, so I know. Yeah, because people in America call it soccer, anyways. It's because they have the other football. So that you don't want to get confused. Which football are you talking about? I know the Olympics they call it football. soccer football, and that's what it is because you kick it with your foot. It makes sense. MLS teams: Vancouver, Whitecaps, Montreal, and Toronto FC. Does FC stand for football club? Those teams are in Canada. And speaking of Canada, you got Edmonton playing in the Cup for the NHL. Yes, that's right. It's a rematch. We are having a Stanley Cup final rematch from last year. I did mention that in the last episode of KSN. FC is football club. Okay. So, which MLS team is the best right now? Because I have no idea. I have no clue. This game is trending on social media. Oh, that's a good thing. More commercials because it's halftime. There's a couple of MLS teams that are good. Okay. Philadelphia, Inter Miami, and Vancouver Whitecaps. These are the best as of right now. Okay. How many teams are there? Do they have like 30 teams like the other US sports leagues? Am I enjoying the game? I guess I am because I am watching it. Been live for almost an hour already. MLS has 30 teams, 15 in the East and 15 in the West. Wow, that is a lot of teams. When does their season end? You don't think you've seen a sport except for soccer to have giant flags and pyros? Yeah, I don't think I have either. That's crazy. MLS ends in the winter in December. What? Why does it end in the winter? Especially when you have teams in Canada. It gets really cold up there. Oh, the players are coming back out now. The last MLS winner was the LA Galaxy. Oh, I have heard of that team, that name, but now they suck. So they won it last year. It's not easy winning it back-to-back years. Well, that might happen in the NHL. Florida Panthers, they might win the cup back-to-back years. They made it three 3 years in a row, they're in the final. That's impressive. That really is impressive. Is that their coach? He took off his jacket. I guess they dress up. Hockey coaches, they always dress up. They always wear a suit. They mean business. Yep. Alright, we're coming back here. Again, why do the referees dress up like the players? You don't see baseball umpires dressing up like the players.
Both teams now attacking the ends of this stadium behind which their vocal support is gathered. What would have been said in that dressing room at half-time, Rob?
I wonder how many people there are in the stands. Alright, second half has just begun. Well, I hope Paris wins. What about you, D-Rose? Do you want Paris to win as well? Why is the coach is too close to the field? He's right there on the sidelines. They're doing the giant flags. They're waving those giant flags again. You fell hard. It hurt your leg? Oh my gosh. And I'm sure that happens a lot to these soccer players. They fall down and they hurt their leg. They trip and fall.
Opportunities like this, you're thinking, well, just give us a lifeline, give us something to ask the question of PSG, because it's gone so serenely for them. One goal could change the entire mood of the final. Chalanolu would take. Such a disappointing delivery. So like him. Strength of their set pieces is his delivery. DiMarco's delivery. Put a couple of brilliant balls in the first half. comfortably in. Taken away by Fabian Ruiz, and the handball appeals have actually fallen in PSG's favour. It was a deal straight away. An intervention. He knew that it had his arm. Just looking. Marquinhos. He hit Marquinhos, but then Lautaro Martinez in arm. When they got the benefit of the deflection from that, that's where the ball was. Still good when the ball drops so
These fans are all hyped up.
you get half a second to see as it comes towards you, and almost inevitably it hits a part of the body which you don't want it to.
Oh, someone went down from Paris. A player from Paris went down.
This is Fabian Ruiz.
Those giant flags again. I mean, look how big they are. That's crazy.
Chances now. The snatch to that one wasn't really set. Lost his balance as he hit it. Well, that was the better one of the two. Just needed to take it first time, take a swing at it. He was in the PSG 11, named for the French Cup final last Saturday, and then in the hour prior to the game he was dropped down to the bench, but apparently he left the stadium early, suffering with a migraine. He's been training normally all week. And of the four exciting white players available to PSG, it's almost become the first choice, I think, since signing from Napoli in January. There's just not the option for someone to hit out to find a player. He found a player, but it was Nuno Mendes. Here's Fabian Ruiz. And Ousmane Dembele. Still get enough action on the ball. They are wonderful individuals, but are they indulging themselves a little bit now? Well, they need to nip it in the bud. They need to finish this game off, and they're not doing it right now. It's come to the
Oh, you watch handball, D Rose?
see these chances go by and saying
That's
it only takes one. Only one slip. One little bit of indecision.
if PSG wins, this game will be their first European championship. Oh, okay.
See players in
Well, that'll be great if they do win.
taking it on themselves rather than seeking out a team.
You have a gut feeling that a goal will be scored soon. From which team? Well, if PSG scores again, they'll be up 3-0.
Pointed at the ball played beyond Nacho. Come short to show and try and hold it up.
So, D Rose, have you ever joined a soccer team? Like you actually in it playing in a team? Because I have not. I never really joined any sports league team from school or elsewhere.
Yes, giving away a free kick, but it's better. Run back by Inter. A little bit of hunger.
Oh, you have?
Dumfries.
That's cool.
It's a little obvious from Kvaratskhelia.
School and league. So how did that go for you?
Too rugged.
I'm sure it was a fun time, right?
Player is
Did you get hurt?
always happy to see out his defensive duties. Inter are not waiting any longer. They're going to make a couple of changes here. Pavard is going to be replaced by Jan Bisek. Maybe a reflection of the fact that this is his first game for a month. And Di Marco is coming on. And the 23-year-old Polish international wing-back Nicolas Zalewski, who signed on loan from Roma in February, comes on in his place. Shall I know whether with a free kick? And Donnarumma didn't reach that. Shabby did. Donnarumma's gone down.
What the heck? The goalie went down? I didn't see that. I didn't see how he got hurt.
Take responsibility on set pieces. He's
Oh, jeez.
helped his teammates out. He's coming in,
Showing the replay.
firing a line and
Oh, they collided.
making a vital interception.
Yep, they collided. Okay, well, he's back on his feet, so that's a good sign.
They certainly had worse this season. However, serious facial injury before December. In December, which only kept him out for a couple of games.
Oh!
Did that a little bit. And here's Barella.
Well. And I gotta do all that running. This is a big field.
Zelensky's first act is to tidy up.
I think the soccer field is bigger than a football field, right? It's wider. It's a much wider field.
Here as Cherry chases forward again. He enjoys himself in that centre forward role, doesn't he? Coutinho. Cherry's not at home as Dembele accelerates, but Bisek is there. Barella. It's wayward. He's running back there from Fabian Ruiz. Lautaro Martinez heading on. Here's Barella once more. Zelensky overlapping. First effort was very well charged down by Joao Neves.
Another player went down from Paris. Yellow card.
First yellow card of the evening.
That was the first one.
Nicolas Zelensky. Well, that's what he'll bring you. A drive inside onto his right foot.
Oh gosh. This is, yeah.
Recent games and
Yep, soccer's rough. It's a rough sport.
we need something special right now, and he has it in him, just of recent history, of recent past. Bisek,
That goalkeeper is one of the best in the world.
he's got the athleticism, there's no doubt about him, but as Terry Henry was saying, he's got a mistake in him of late, he's got an error in him, so
You see a Premier Eric, the Euro Trucker Simulator.
right now it's up.
Hey, and this is a game in Europe. What a coincidence!
Paris Saint-Germain still dictating the rhythm. Bisek did play in the two semi-finals when Cavani was unavailable.
I should go to Paris? Yeah. That would be awesome. Obviously. Gotta go see the Eiffel Tower. I mean, that's history. And I remember they had the Olympics there last year, and they had that big cycling event where the Eiffel Tower is right there. That was so cool. Another player went down. Who are these guys wearing suits? Are they coaches or something?
It's not an unusual occurrence, this, for Simone Inzaghi. He sat out the final league day with a
This dude, he's upset.
having been sent from the touchline.
But it's better for the front two from Inter, being closer together, holding the ball up better, even if you don't win it.
That dude in his white dress shirt, he kind of looks like Rafael Nadal in the future.
Zalewski.
Coaches, okay.
He operated more as a
Just like hockey coaches, they always dress up in a suit.
an experiment which Inzaghi
Players, they're in some comfortable chairs sitting down.
for the final.
That's cool.
Stony Light Dumfries has a long throw.
Are there more Paris fans in the stands? It looks like there are more Paris fans in the stands.
Out for Barella. I think of Barella, Cialanoglu and particularly McIntyre just been able to make an impression on the game.
Barely had a kick between them, have they? Not been able to come up with something off the ball as well as on it. It's been such a tough evening for them because the midfielders either haven't been there to mark or they've just not been able to get tight to them because they've been so proficient on the ball.
They've been 2 up since the 20th minute.
And I remember, like, a long time ago. Yeah. a long time ago in kindergarten and first grade, during recess, we would play soccer. I remember that. That was actually kind of fun. I do remember those days. Those were a long time ago. Another Paris player went down. I guess that's normal. Oh, right to the goalie's hands. Inter Milan player went down. Random question. Does rubbing alcohol on your stomach good for your pain? I've never done that before. Wait, your stomach is hurt right now? I've never drank alcohol, even though I'm old enough. I don't drink. Oh, this man's limping. Well, the game must go on, as they say. Oh, wow. I don't know. I don't know, D-Rose.
Incredible to witness skill and speed, and these are athletes operating at the peak of their careers at lightning speed. Inter, you have to say, did brilliantly just to keep up with them there, because that was incredible. Yeah, Flora was a small price to pay.
Nuno Mendes. Play back to Vitinha. Just tried to drift one in towards the head of Marquinhos who came late.
A lot of defense now. Yep. Have you been to a soccer match? I have not. I'm wondering if you have been to.
Experienced 35-year-old now, Matteo Darmian. He's coming off an even older Mkhitaryan.
Yeah, isn't Inter Milan, that's in Italy, right? Because I see the Italy flag on their uniforms. You have not? Oh. I know you used to live in Philadelphia, right? Okay, so it's basically Paris versus Italy. Wow. I remember when France was in the World Cup final in 2022. I gotta say, that was probably the best soccer match I ever watched. The World Cup final of 2022. Wow. He took off his shirt. Yeah, they're gonna win. They're gonna win now. Here comes the pyro. Here comes the pyro again. Stadium's gonna get foggy again. Magnificent! Yeah, like that other channel that you guys follow. Yep. Even a lot of the fans have no shirts on. They're hyped. Yeah, they never won this before. Here comes the pyro. Oh, these guys, these fans, they're going crazy. That's what they do whenever they scored a goal. Is that the same player that scored a previous goal? Is that the same guy? 5 goals in 16 matches. He's really good. I bet you if I go to Buffalo Wild Wings, they wouldn't be having this game on. They probably wouldn't have this game on. Okay. The same guy. Wow, he's really good. Hat trick? Yeah, let's have a hat trick. Wow. Wow, we got 4 people watching my stream of watching this game. I was not expecting 4 people. My first time ever doing this on this channel. What the heck are the fans doing? Okay, I guess that's their tradition. Yeah, only only soccer fans do that stuff. Well, I'm sure there has been comebacks like this before. Team down 3 goals with 25 minutes and then they tie up the game or even win the game, but that's really rare. That's really rare. That's really rare. That's so hard. They are drunk. That explains it. Hey, even American football fans, they're drunk too. But them doing that? Yeah. Ugh. Yep, same player scored 2 goals. We want to see the ladies. I have not seen any women in the stands. Let's see someone topless. Yep. Huh. Yeah, let's see the ladies topless. I'm sure that has happened before. I see they got a lot of security. There's a lot of security people in front of the stands. Just in case if some crazy fan decides to run onto the field. Hey, that's actually happened quite a bit of times. In American football and a baseball game. Some fan would just run out on the field and they'll get chased by the security guards. It's kind of funny. But eventually that idiot is going to get caught, you know? Sometimes the players would help the security guards to tackle that player or tackle that fan. That man is crying. Yep, I saw that. That most likely, I assume he's a Inter Milan fan.
Manager applauds because they're just still going for it, and it should be more. That chance, but Nuno Mendes getting the contact. It was an open goal to score into.
All right, we're at the 70th minute, so this game is coming down to the last 20 to 25 minutes. Oh, shin pads. Maybe they should wear shin guards like baseball catchers. Yellow card. The crowd is still jumping in the stands. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of fans jumping. They're all drunk!
Semi-final to Milan. They lost the league to Napoli last weekend. And this weekend, they're looking at defeat to this PSG team, brimful of skill and energy. Barella. Zalewski can do is keep it in for PSG. Hakimi. Fabian Ruiz. Vitinha. Look where the ball's passed to Vitinha. He's surrounded by opponents, but by receiving the ball, he commits those opponents and loads it quickly, and you can get around and play forward from there. Incredibly brave. It's not so smart from Dembele, but Nuno Mendes has got it back. And here is Dembele, and onto Kvaratskhelia.
Oh boy. Are we gonna get another goal? We got another goal! It's over.
Paris Saint-Germain are winning the Champions League, and winning it in style. Nobody's ever won a final by more than 4 goals. You wouldn't put it past
This is a one-sided match now. Yep.
There'll be a review, by the way, because Kvaratskhelia was right on the line. But it will be a shame if he's denied another.
Up, here comes the pyro again. I guess somehow that's allowed in the stands. 4 goals. That you usually don't see that many goals in soccer. 4. A lot of soccer games, it's usually just 1 or 2 goals, you know. Dang. Oh, wow.
He scored in the quarterfinal. He hit a post in the semi-final. He never scored against Inter Milan.
Is that their coach? One of their coaches? He's not dressed up.
But he's seen almost
A lot of the fans with no shirts on. Yep, they're drunk. Haha, happy. They're happy and drunk at the same time. Wonderful.
all of them are capable of playing anywhere across that front line. And that is part of the confusion and part of the challenge for opponents. This is
It's one-sided like the Super Bowl. Psh, yep.
It feels like it's a game too far for them in terms of the season, in terms of the cycle as a club, as a group of players. But whatever they have done tonight,
But a lot of fans were happy that that Super Bowl was one-sided.
Coutinho take the ball in midfield in around 4 into players, and that creates space elsewhere, and all of a sudden
Can Inter Milan score 1 goal? They probably won't.
Last team to win a final by 4 clear goals. AC Milan against Barcelona in Athens in 1994.
It's brilliant from Donnarumma because purely for the basic fact that he's done so little for an hour and a quarter. I remember him touching the ball with his gloves. Donnarumma gets down quick. That means he's going to have a good night. That was sharp.
Well, the goalkeeper's been arguably their player of the round in the last 3 rounds, which in a way is not a particularly healthy sign. But he's been watching with the rest of you for most of tonight. Lautaro Martinez. Slani. Ball was came for Zalewski. Just deflected all the way through. Football, eh? Deflected throughs. Well, it hasn't been clear. It will be another corner.
Well, we're defending right now, but it's party time. Party time for the Parisians. To our left-hand side.
Donnarumma easy. Winning this competition has been a project for PSG's owners. They actually set a target of becoming champions of Europe by 2015, when they took control just 4 years before that. It's a target that's had to be revised but never abandoned.
Better late than never.
If anything, the pressure is intensified on successive coaches and their teams. Pressure that's told at times in the biggest games, no doubt about that.
I'm getting kind of hungry. Well,
Freedom.
I'll have to get something to eat after this game.
Staggering for such a young
Good thing yeah, it's a good thing I waited after the game to get something to eat.
Zalewski is playing in that.
By the way, I woke up not too long before this game started, so that's why I started a few minutes late when the game started. Good thing I didn't miss a goal early in the game.
Makes way for Lucas Hernandez, who did come on for the last 20 minutes of the semi-final. Eased back from 7 months out from a serious knee injury that he suffered in last year's semi-final in Dortmund. But he's an experienced player. Actually spent 4 years of his career here with Bayern Munich. He is a World Cup winner. What to bring on in these circumstances.
Congratulations to PSG. There's 16 minutes left. Just about, yep.
The record for the longest warm-up we've seen. Keep going for about an hour.
Here they come again.
Do you play soccer video games, D-Rose?
Hernandez couldn't quite reel
I would see some at the game store.
crease. Kvaratskhelia chasing back as if it's still 0-0. That's just that in its way. Is it
Bro, what if PSG scores another goal?
to have the commitment and the honesty to run back like that? He doesn't need to do that. They're 4-0 up.
Cheered by the fans like it was a goal. Celebrated by his teammates like epitomised PSG, their endeavour, their work rate.
Kvaratskhelia is having quite a season because Napoli's title win in Italy has earned him the Serie A Scudetto medal, and he's played enough games in the second half of the season for PSG to win a French title medal. Not too many players won 2 title medals in one season. Interestingly, David Beckham is one of them.
The crowd is applauding.
Who's hosting Beckham and Pepper tonight? One of them was in North America. PSG. Dembele has lost it. Sit by Zalewski. Straight Donnarumma. Donnarumma's going to be the captain of the Italian squad, which will gather after this final. And there are 5
Yeah, I might do some more live streams of me watching big events. I might do some more. I'm glad this stream went well. That's a good thing. Oh boy, they're gonna score another goal. Oh, he missed. Oh, wow. That could have been another goal. Oh, just outside. What happened to the score bug on the top left? It disappeared. It disappeared. We don't know how much time is there left. I think it's like another 10 minutes until additional time. Oh my gosh. This crowd. Oh. Oh, hello, T-Bone. I'm not Eric, I'm Keith. You got mixed up. Wrong channel. Yep. Let me see if my phone is charged up. It might, I think it is. It's at 87%, that's good enough. I'm gonna see if there's any big other news in sports. Mainly the ESPN app notifications. You see that my premiere is at 3:45. I don't premiere videos on this channel. I never have. I would release 2 episodes weekly at 11 a.m. Central. On my main channel. Yeah, you mean Eric's channel, right? Eric Super Magnificent. Well, it is 3:45 right now.
inhibit that freedom of movement from the players.
Apparently, two channels have something going on at the same time. Wonderful. You can call this a double feature, I guess. I mean, this game's about to be over. Ha! I got a notification from, Eric Super Magnificent. What? Wow, so the notification works.
Quite as desirable or not, what's not in debate is the level of financial backing available to PSG and to Sporting Qatar generally. Hakimi leading another raid. Barcola. Mayulu. Barcola. Mayulu.
Wow.
It's going to be
Is this a record or something?
first Champions League success. It's going to be a record Champions League success.
It is a record.
Sidi Mayulu has only just turned 19.
Wait, he's only 19 and he's in this game? That's crazy.
And what Paris Saint-Germain are as this Champions League season has gone on, we're now getting a glimpse of what they might still become. Mayulu has come from nowhere.
Yep.
Make it 5, and nobody has ever
I don't think I've ever seen a one-sided beatdown in a soccer match.
Barely had a touch. Well, the kid's all right for PSG because his
Wow, that was a great goal, too.
movement, football, passing ability between them with a
Unreal.
playing at the top of their game.
PSG is just too good.
Just a joy to be a part of, to cultivate, and to caress these.
What the heck? Someone threw a drink. Obviously, that's an Inter Milan fan that did that.
Something special.
Someone threw like a bottle of water. Hey, is that Thomas Bach? The president of the IOC, the International Olympic Committee? That looked like him. Well, yeah, it has to be, because he's German. This game is in Germany. That has to be Thomas Bach. The president of the International Olympic Committee is at the game. Wow. That's wonderful. The IOC president is in the house.
one season until now. But the way in which they've done it, Zaire Emery was off then, but it's been brought back for an unball.
D-Rose says this game was good. Five Taylor says you gotta be kidding me. Exactly. D-Rose says this is historic. Yeah, it is. This is the biggest victory in the Champions League final ever. Wow.
Their treble dreams of 2 months ago totally evaporated. Increases offside. And the giant trophy will be heading home.
Eric's not here.
Is in Paris.
You're confused by someone else.
Competition to find and crown a European champion back in the early 1950s. First final was staged at Parc des Princes in Paris in 1956. Paris Saint-Germain didn't even exist then. PSG was the result of a merger between two clubs in 1970. They've had a bit of catching up to do.
I'm not Eric, I'm Keith, remember? This is Keith Sports News, not Eric Sports News.
Barcola. Dembele, who hasn't
We're about to hit 90 minutes.
Hakimi, Vitinha, Dembele. Past too many. Thuram has robbed them. And now straight into Marquinhos. Who
was a tactical foul there by Kiki running back.
Oh gosh.
Slowly in his tracks has picked up a yellow card.
Oh. We don't get additional time, huh?
Paris Saint-Germain have won the Champions League.
We don't get additional time. Okay. It's over. It is official.
An Arabian adventure that began going on 15 years ago and ends here in Munich with PSG as champions of Europe.
My former French teacher just sent me a picture. I assume he was watching this game.
Grand Cru. Overwhelmed. Luis Enrique has found a formula. No Messi, no Neymar, no Mbappe. Their three musketeers are part of PSG's history. But under this coach, well, it really has been all for one and one for all. And he has written the happiest of endings. Into Milan beat Paris for the second time in 3 years. Paris in the springtime is home to the football champions of Europe by 5 clear goals, a record.
Players are going nuts. Because they just made history.
Years of knocking at this door. 13 consecutive years in the knockout stages of the Champions League. 8 quarterfinals, 4 semi-finals, 2 finals, and now eventually one wonderful triumph. PSG would not take no for an answer. They set their hearts on this, spent their fortunes on this. Set in Paris, back rolled in Qatar. It's been a drama.
5 Tear says Keith is watching soccer and Eric is playing a trucking game.
Paris Saint-Germain become the
Hey, I see that. The notifications do work.
prize. The second Champions League victory.
And they're both in Europe. Wow, what a coincidence. They're both in Europe. Today must be Europe Day or something.
Special shirts proclaiming the achievement can now be worn.
D-Rose asks Keith, am I now a soccer fan?
The coach and the players.
Maybe a little bit. I mean, that was a great game. I saw it from start to finish. I was entertained.
Paris Saint-Germain have had so many hard
Hey, maybe I'll watch the MLS final in December.
sacre bleu nights when the fates seem to conspire against them. The collapses and the crumbles seem almost to have become the DNA of the club. It was a curse, a jinx. Well, tonight the curse has been broken. The second French winners of the Champions League. The first French winners for 32 years. Paris Saint-Germain.
What the heck? He took off his shirt.
We'll be back in the coverage position for the trophy presentation in a moment or two. But let's rejoin Anita Jones, Fitzer.
Thank you, Clive and Rob. The youngsters have risen to the occasion. You can see
5 Tear says I don't watch it too much, but when I do, it's great. Yeah, same here.
of high stature managed to do at this club. Thierry, let's talk about Desiree Doué, a player you know very well, scoring both sides of the break. What is his ceiling?
Look, I Desiree for several Olympic Games, but you have to give the guy on the screen a lot of credit. Because the confidence he gave this team, obviously Desiree Doué. I always have discussion with Desiree about the decision making and making the right pass at the right time. Make the right choice. And now in the last 4 to 5 months, he's actually doing that to the team. That's the only thing he was missing. Quality is he, energy is he can defend, he can play on the wing, behind the 9, he can play in a lot of position. But at one point, all of that is not useful if you don't use it well, obviously. And he did that. He's been doing that for a very long time. I think, you know what, we have Dembele in France, we have Desiré Doué, we have Barcola, we have Mbappé, obviously. I'm saying for the national team, when you see guys like that coming, it's outstanding to see what the future holds for French football. But like I said, very important for French football that Paris Saint-Germain could win tonight, and they won.
Yeah, they did. And Desiree Doué, for everyone at home, is 19 years old. He'll be 20 in 3 days' time. What a way to celebrate it. But Michael, you must be feeling very happy about yourself and your analysis. You spoke about the fullbacks. It was Achraf Hakimi who opened the scoring for Paris Saint-Germain. Talk to us about that man.
Exactly that, but TT did highlight the winners out of cause trouble as well. But just in terms of the first goal, it was absolutely amazing.
What the heck?
You know, these pictures here are just brilliant. I mean, absolute despair for Martinez. He put in a really good shit.
Oh my gosh.
Talking about French legends.
It was absolutely fantastic. A demonstration tonight, but the difference between the teams was too big. And on top of that, Inter, the way they played, maybe they made it even easier for them. I'm happy, of course, for French football. You know,
Yep, congratulations to PSG.
Me too, I'm happy. Very happy.
we work a lot for French football, and you see the result.
And you too.
I tried as well. Can I just shake your hand, please? Legend.
He's an Arsenal fan, that's why. He's an Arsenal fan. He's not.
Yeah, that's what it's all about on Champions League night. Arsene Wenger, your former manager at Arsenal,
Yes.
he's happy with PSG winning
Oh wow, there it is on the trophy.
this performance because they managed to keep a clean sheet as well.
That's one of the greatest performances you've ever seen in a final from any team. I mean, I go back to AC Milan winning 2 Champions League or 1 Champions League and a European Cup 4-0 to win 5-0. And we have seen the best team in Europe. They've been outstanding since they played Manchester City. Absolute joy to watch this team. And Luis Enrique said before the game, he doesn't just want to win, he wants to put on a spectacle. And boy, did they put on a spectacle tonight. As I said, one of the greatest performances we've ever seen in a Champions League final. In fact, no, the greatest.
Wow, that's a big statement. Nick.
Better than Milan, Barcelona?
I think so.
Yeah, they're so happy.
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
Another goal scorer we need to talk about is Kvara. He joined the side in January. How instrumental do you feel he's been in helping them reach this stage?
By the way, I know some people maybe Napoli might not like that, but he won the Premier League.
Yeah.
He won the Premier League. He has not only said it that we can say that this year.
D Rose says, thank you for the watch along. Yes, I'm glad it went well.
Ousmane Dembele is joining us here at the desk.
5 Tier says, yeah, this was great. Awesome. Smoke in the background. PSG made history today. First Champions League trophy, first time they won 3 trophies in 1 season, and the biggest win is the UCF or UCL final history. Crazy. Oh, they're speaking in French.
On a rêvé depuis très longtemps. On a tellement souffert, ce club a tellement souffert. Et gagner de cette manière, dans cette finale face à l'Inter, un match difficile, et de cette manière 5-0 en finale, c'est exceptionnel. Ça prouve qu'on a super bien travaillé. Ça fait maintenant 2 ans que Luis Enrique est arrivé au club, il a tout changé. La mentalité de l'équipe, elle est exceptionnelle. On s'est battu jusqu'à la fin, même à 1, 2, 3-0, on voulait continuer. Et moi, mon pressentiment avant le match, je savais qu'on allait gagner ce match, mais dans un très bon score.
Essentially, he said that it's exceptional to win in this manner, 5-0. It wasn't 2, 3 or 4-0. It was 5-0 they won. He gave a shout out to the manager, Luis Enrique. Go ahead, please.
Ousmane, qu'est-ce que tu as à dire aux supporters parisiens?
Qui le mérite. Après, comme je l'ai dit, toutes ces années de souffrance, il n'y a eu que des galères, mais il y a eu aussi des bons moments. Mais voilà, le club le mérite. La première Ligue des Champions de l'histoire du Paris Saint-Germain, c'est exceptionnel. Voilà, on va rester
Yeah, suplex him. Suplex him.
He was essentially saying, Ousmane Dembele was essentially saying
ça
that
va rester
it's been
gravé
a
dans les mémoires. La finale a été exceptionnelle, le parcours aussi il a été exceptionnel. Même si au début ça a été difficile,
le feu à Paris. C'est déjà le feu à Paris.
Incroyable, ça va être incroyable à Paris. Mais s'il vous plaît, pas de violon, pas, on casse rien. On est tranquille, on fait la fête seulement.
Very important. He said it's going to be
It reminds you of Super Bowl 48.
good cause. Please, no violence.
That was the worst. That was the most beating Super Bowl I've seen. One-sided. I saw that live too. That was the second Super Bowl I watched live. Yep. And I once rewatched it. I once rewatched that, and yeah, I was entertained, even though, you know, it was a one-sided. But when I saw that Super Bowl live, I was like, well, this sucks. Alright, well, that's it. I'm gonna end this stream. I'm hungry. Perfect timing to get something to eat. Alright, guys. Well, this went well. History making. First live stream on this channel. And for those of you that follow the episodes of KSN, I'll be back on Monday to talk about what happened this sports weekend, and I guess I will talk about this game. Yep. I forgot to mention that in the last episode of KSN, saying, hey, I'm going to be live streaming on this channel, watching the big soccer matchup. So, yeah. Alright, well, this went well, and who knows, maybe I'll do some more of these throughout the year. Until then, peace out. I'll see you guys soon for Monday's edition of KSN.